to this video. I hope you can hear me because I'm actually out and about, which is rare, so we do have buses, cars, random people shouting. I am here just outside the Dominion Theatre, which will house Prince of Egypt again once theatres are reopen, which is not quite yet. Prince of Egypt is actually the last show I saw before the whole lockdown thing, so the first one. So it's a bit strange being back here, but why I'm here is because I'm actually going to be going and doing a bit of shopping today, so I thought I'd take you along. I'm going to head across the road and go to the big Primark here on Tottenham Court Road. I prefer this to the one at Marble Arch, despite the fact I used to work at the one at Marble Arch one summer between university years. So yeah, I'm gonna go do some shopping. I need to get some like basic stuff like leggings and underwear and things, but you needed to know that. And see what else we can find around this end of Oxford Street. I don't want to do the whole thing. I don't want to go too far. So let's head on over and go in. Although I have just noticed that the door I always go in is no entry, so I've got to go down to the other entrance. But just so you know, the Dominion Theatre is behind me. There is an entrance to Primark just across the road there, and that is normally the big Harry Potter section. So let's go and head in and see what we can find. We made it in. It was a little difficult to actually find the entrance because there's only one way in. I'm currently around the shorts. I'm also here on a Friday morning and it's very quiet at the moment, which is lovely. Oh, to be able to go on holiday. Also, I really like this green, so I might actually pick something up. I've seen so much of this Love the Earth Disney collection. I quite like it, but I don't think I'd wear any of this. Primark are really hoping people go on holiday. There's a hell of a lot of holiday stuff, whether that's shoes, bikinis, and now luggage. And they've also really upped their like licensing game. I've seen so many branded stuff. Ooh, they now do packing cubes. How intriguing. And of course, excess Christmas. What do you think Pete's response would be if I bought Jeff home an outfit? Maybe we could make him Buzz or Mickey. So I took a little detour. I have no idea if you can hear me, by the way. So I thought I'd pick us up some cakes from Hummingbird Cafe, only to find them shut because I didn't look before I walked there. So I thought I'd come in here, which is St Anne's Churchyard. It's just behind the Sondheim Theatre stage door, and Sondheim has Les Mis, for a nice little relaxed break, eat my packet of crisps, some water, and then that noise started and ruined the whole aesthetic of it. But I'm done now, so I'm going to make my way back towards Tottenham Court Road. I'm going to stop off in Waterstones because, as you know, I really want to buy books, and then I'll probably head home. The shops have been getting busier as the hours have gone on. It's now 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I got to Tottenham Court Road probably about 10:30, 11:15, so it has been picking up. And as I said, I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm gonna wander now to the bookshop. St Anne's Church, by the way. Apparently designed by Christopher Wren. I'm in Waterstones, and there's something about a bookshop that makes you want to whisper. But they normally do buy one get one half price, which they're doing, but the selection of books is pretty poor. So I now don't know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to have a look around. Got a few books I have in mind, and we'll see where we go. So I'm now home, obviously. So I thought I'd give you a quick run through of what I bought. I spent quite a bit of money, it has to be said. And a little bit of how I found the experience. But we'll do the exciting stuff first and we'll go through what I bought. So from M&S, I went in specifically for one item or one type of clothing, and that is some jeggings. Thought I'd give M&S a go. Normally I get my jeans from Uniqlo, but these are slightly cheaper at £15 a pair. So I thought I'd give them a try. So we have a charcoal grey kind of colour. This blue pair which actually ombres down the leg, which I thought was kind of cool. And this black pair. I had ordered these online before, but then M&S just randomly cancelled my order and gave me my money back. So I wasn't actually intending on going into store to buy these, but I had to in the end. And then moving on to Primark clothing. Most of what I spent was on like essential bits like underwear, which, if you don't mind, I don't really want to show you that, but I can show you some of the bits that I did get. When we're talking essentials, I got just some more black leggings, standard Primark, £3 a pair, and I got 3 pairs because all mine have holes in them, and I wear leggings quite a lot, as everybody is. I also got another pair of the fur-lined ones. I know we're coming into spring and summer, but I live in these in winter, and they are very warm, as it says. So I picked up another pair because one of mine is getting a bit old. And these are £6. These are one of the more expensive items I actually bought today, but needed. Glad they still had them in store. I thought they might have got rid of that. As I said, Primark has an awful lot of holiday stuff in, which, wishful thinking, what they'd already planned for stock, I don't know. But I very rarely see bikinis and things like that I like. So I saw one in Primark that I did, so I just picked it up, even though I have no plans to be going abroad or wearing a bikini anytime soon. But it's just this green set. So the bottoms are like this. They're kind of ribbed. I really like this green colour, by the way. And the bottoms were £5. And then I just got the matching top. I think, did they call these bandios? I don't know. The one with no straps, and the top was £4. And as I said, I really like the colour, so when I can eventually get away, this should be quite nice. I picked up a couple of dresses that I probably don't need, but saw them and liked them. So there's just this plain ribbed black one, which I think will go just below the knee, and this was £6. All of this is size 10 that I'm showing. And then similarly this blue striped one, which is also £6, but I have just noticed, and it's really annoying, that it's actually got a hole in the back of it. I know it's tiny, but it's brand new. So I'm going to have to take this one back, which is a bit of a pain because the reason I go to Tottenham Court Road is there's not really a Primark near me. And I don't really want to go all the way back to Tottenham Court Road. So I need to think about what I'm doing with that. But obviously it needs to be returned. And you'll have seen, I think I showed a bit of the Mickey Loves the World, or whatever that collection's called, which is all sort of organic, sustainable cotton and stuff. I didn't like any of the women's section, but I saw this t-shirt in the men's section, and I really like the colour and the sort of mint green, and then it's got this sewn on sort of a plique kind of Mickey, and I really liked it, so I bought it in an extra small because obviously it's from the men's section. So it still might be a bit big for me, but it should, I reckon I can probably tuck it in or something and it'll be quite nice. But hopefully that'll be okay. If not, that one will have to go back as well. And this was £8. So that's all the clothing items I bought. I then did go a bit nutty in the homeware miscellaneous bits and bobs section of Primark and bought a load of things that I wouldn't normally buy. So enjoy this random part of this next bit. So this is probably the most random thing I bought today, and that is 20 reusable ice cubes. These were £1.50, and our ice tray takes up a stupid amount of our freezer, and we don't have that much freezer space. So I was wondering if we could just put in a couple of these every now and again when we want ice, whether A, it would save us some space, and B, you know, we don't have to keep doing the ice tray. If we don't use them, £1.50 is not too much money that I have wasted, but I actually think this will come in quite useful. I also remember a friend of mine had similar things when she was a kid. Her mum used to put them in her drink for school, and I always thought they looked kind of cool. But they're just like lemons, limes and orange segments. But we'll see whether we use them or not. What else have we got behind me? I picked up this water bottle for Pete. It was £2.50. He always breaks the ones that we use with the, you know, twisty lids. So his is broken, which means he can't take it to tennis. So I thought, pick him up this. It's just the ones with the straw that he should hopefully not be able to break. But we'll see. He doesn't know about this yet, but so I've got in that. Let's just put these things around, then I'll know what I'm looking at. I bought a small eyeshadow palette, just in the sort of bronze shades, and some eyeshadow brushes, because eventually I will start wearing makeup again, and this is the kind of shades that I use. So instead of having the huge one that I have where I use essentially the two brown shades, I just thought if we get the brown palette, it's small, it'll be more useful. So these were £2 each. Not that I'm a huge makeup wearer, but you know, every now and again I might want to jazz myself up a bit. Again, I saw these for £2.50. They're just to separate your hair, and I thought they might be useful when I eventually can be bothered to try and use my curling machine again. The first time I did it, I just had a claw clip and it didn't work quite so well, as you may have seen in the video. But I thought I'd give these a go, and at £2.50 I didn't think it was, again, too big a spend if I didn't use it, although everything, it all ended up being quite a lot of money, so if I don't use it, then, you know, there we go. And then we come to the bit that is the most random. I bought 2 reed diffusers for 80p each. Our bedroom has a tendency to be a little bit mouldy, which is not great, which means sometimes it can smell a bit bad. So I'm hoping, but seeing as I've never used a reed diffuser before, that this will just give our room a nicer smell, a bit of a hint of a nicer smell. And at 80p, again, I thought if it didn't work it wasn't going to break the bank. So I got the Relax lavender scent, because you know, bedroom, lavender's good for sleeping, and the Madagascan vanilla, because I smelt the candle and I thought it smelled nice, although I was doing it through a face mask. So we'll see what these turn out like. And even more randomly, I bought a smelly candle. I have never had a scented candle before. I've never bought a candle. I don't really own candles. But I know they're a big thing and I've wanted to essentially try one, but normally the scents make me feel a bit ill, which is why I never had one. But at £2.50, again, through my face mask, I thought this smelled nice and I really like the jar. And I think it would be good for our lounge, just to, again, change it. You know, we have a dog, so sometimes it can get a bit doggy in there. And thankfully I still like the smell without the face mask on. So this is wild mint and basil. It sort of smells like men's aftershave to me, but we'll give it a go. We'll see what it's like. So that's everything I bought from M&S and Primark, which are the only 2 clothes shops I went into because I had certain things I wanted to get. Obviously I deviated a little bit, but not too badly actually, other than the random selection of other stuff that isn't clothes I bought. So the other thing I wanted to do, as you know, if you've seen my most recent book review, is to go out and buy books. So I went into Waterstones because they normally do buy one get one half price, and I thought if I do that and then maybe pick up some full price ones as well, 4 books I was going to allow myself, and I'll be really happy and content and all of that. But the selection of buy one get one half price in the Waterstones I went to, which is just up from the Primark on Tottenham Court Road, it was awful. I think there was like one book that I liked but I already owned it, so I was rather disappointed. I did buy one of the books I went to get, which is The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, because I think this sounds really fun. But this is actually the only book I bought. So I'll give you a quick synopsis and then we'll go into the next bit. So this is essentially about Evelyn Hardcastle. Her parents throw a party and she gets killed, but then she relives the day, and every time they have the party she dies. There is one person in the whole of this called Aidan Bishop who knows about it. So each time they keep reliving this party, he comes back as somebody else, and he's trying to, you know, resolve it all, solve the mystery of Evelyn Hardcastle's murder, which I just think sounds really fun and slightly different to the types of books I normally read. But because I couldn't get the books that I was after, I think I'm going to place an order on a box of stories, which is again something I've wanted to do since the beginning of the year, but I'm trying to be good with my money and not spend too much, although what I've just shown you is a lot, but I haven't bought anything pretty much for the entire year. And what I have bought will last me for a while. That's by the by. But yeah, so I think I'm going to place an order with Box of Stories, which is a book subscription service, but you can buy one-off boxes. So a fiction box is, I believe, $14.99, and they will send through 4 books to you, which $14.99 for 4 books is a blooming good deal. There's a lot of books that are pulped each year before they even reach a shelf, just because they don't have the marketing budgets and stuff like that. So Box of Stories tries to gather the ones that they think are good, and then they send out these boxes. So I think I'm going to place an order there, and when it comes I'll show you in one of my weekend vlogs. So watch out for that if you're interested in that kind of thing, and I'll be able to tell you a bit more of the company because they'll have all the facts on the box. So I just had a very nice day going out and about. The tube was pretty empty, everyone was compliant with masks and stuff, and we all sat distance, and yeah, there was no issues with that at all. Primark, I got there about 10:30, 11:15, and it was really quite quiet when I got there, but it did increase. There were more people with every minute that went by. It was never packed, like you could move around, but it did get hard in some sections to be a bit more distant, certainly the underwear section, because we're all there to buy leggings and underwear. And I did find that people, when they went to queue at the tills, weren't very mindful of being distant. I obviously was, but certainly the person behind me was right behind me, and I saw in front that it was the same kind of thing. The woman was trying to get people to distance, but they just weren't paying attention to her. And obviously Waterstones, there was no one in there. I think there was 5 of us, so that was always going to be fine. But yeah, all in all it was a nice little trip out, and much needed, because a lot of my stuff are getting holes in it, so I did need to sort it out. But I do now need to go through my drawers and stuff and just pull out the things that I want to donate to charity. But I'm now going to go and order my books, and I'm quite excited about it. So I hope you've enjoyed coming along with me. Sorry I couldn't show you too much in the shops, but obviously what with the copyright music, the people, my mask, it's difficult to show you stuff like that. And I also haven't been out and taken my camera out, so I'm a bit rusty in doing public vlogging. But
I hope you've enjoyed it anyway, and if you have, please give it a thumbs up. It just helps other people find this video and my channel. And if you have stumbled across this video and you enjoyed it, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!